Hi everybody, thanks for tuning into the video. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Nike Pegasus version 37. I know I am way behind on these. Actually the model 38 has been out for a good while, but let's be honest, when they go from 33 to 34, it's always just a few little tweaks that they do in the design, and then they try and market it to us, so we all go ahead and buy the new improved one. And I'll give Nike props on this. They broke out the thesaurus, the marketing team did, because they said this newer version 38 provides a more democratic fit for the shoe. Democratic? Really? Who uses that to describe a shoe? Anyways, I digress. So here we are, we're talking about the 37. So I've resisted buying Nike. I mean, they have the hand on everything, and Lord knows they're making enough money with all their different endorsements, so I always thought I'd try other shoes. So this is the very first pair of Nike running shoes that I ever purchased, and I have to say I was quite surprised, and it's not at all what I expected. But before we get into that, let's just talk about the basics. It's a neutral running shoe. It's made for road running. It has moderate cushioning with a 10mm drop. The size, this is a size 12, which I wear, came in at 11.01 ounces brand new. 300 miles later, it was actually 11.04. I don't know how it gained 0.03 ounces, but to suffice it to say, the shoe held up great. It didn't lose much throughout 300 miles. Cost $120, and I thought that the fit was true to size. So the Pegasus is slightly lighter than most of the other similar shoes that I've been wearing and reviewing. When I pulled it out of the box, I almost felt that it seemed flimsy and cheap, but I'll tell you that wasn't the case at all. Once I put it on, cinched it down, it really melded really well to the top of the foot. I felt it hugged it real well on the top, on the sides, the toe box, the front. It kind of like you would imagine, well, for those of you who want a ballet shoe, it would be like a ballet shoe. For those of you like me who haven't worn a ballet shoe, well, imagine a ballet shoe. So, but the one thing I'll say is, even so, in the heel, no matter how hard I cinched it up, I would still slip a bit, and I even went and put the laces through this top eyelet, tying it, and still I would slip a little bit, not much, and after really just a couple minutes running, you would forget about it. Never caused any hot spots at all, but I never quite got that full grip on the heel. The other thing I was somewhat disappointed in was how this mesh breathed or didn't breathe. I felt the shoe ran a little bit harder than I thought it would. But otherwise, I will tell you the fit. It felt exactly the same throughout all 300 miles. There was no change, which is a good thing. So Nike's proprietary claim that really sets their shoe apart from all the competition are the Zoom pockets. And so those are just air sacs that are embedded in the forefoot of the shoe. This is actually called the Nike Zoom Pegasus. So filled with air, obviously, and different pressure of air depending on whether you buy a men's shoe, woman's shoe, or kid's shoe. So I must say I was underwhelmed by the responsiveness and reflexivity of this shoe. Now, I suppose a lot of that had to do with my expectation. It was a Nike Zoom. I thought that it was, well, I didn't think I'd be laying down sub 7 miles, but I thought it might give me a little Kipchoge to my step. But it didn't happen. It just was really a very middle of the road as far as responsiveness, but I will say the cushioning, I thought the cushioning was great. Really in my sweet spot. Was perfect, and the one thing I'll say about this shoe is that cushioning and the reflectivity stayed the same throughout 300 miles. So on my past reviews I like to put graphs up of how the shoe maybe dropped off. In some cases the cushioning went up and down, but these are two straight lines. 300 miles felt the exact same in all respects. So that leads me to my absolutely favorite thing about these shoes is how well they held up through 300 miles. If you told me they were going to hold up as well as they did when I first got them, and I thought, as I said, I thought they were a little flimsy and weak, I wouldn't have believed it. But if you take a look at the bottom of these shoes, I mean, the forefoot, there's almost, well, you can see some wear, but boy, all the grip pads are still there. And you know, my heel, I'm a big heel striker. I mean, it's remarkable how little wear there is on this shoe. I mean, if you showed this to me and said how many miles do you think it got, I really would have said 100. But this is 300 miles later, and that's also, of course, why I said that the responsiveness and the cushioning has felt exactly the same. Boy, these shoes have held up better by far than any other shoe that I've worn. So in conclusion, if I'm being honest, I didn't necessarily want to give this Nike Pegasus a good review. I mean, I always give it an honest review, but you know that Nike has a hand in so many things. But you know, this is really a solid shoe. It's got some flaws. Certainly, they can improve it in some areas. But look, if you want to get the most bang for your dollar on a shoe that you wear every day, you know, long runs, short runs, fast runs, slow runs, I would say you really need to give the Nike Pegasus a try. We got 300 miles on this thing, and I bet this is going to be good for at least another 200 miles. Well, thanks so much for watching. I know this was somewhat of a quick review. Of course, that's because I'm so far behind talking about the 37. One, the 38 has already been out for a while. But you know, my main goal is to just let you know how they held up over 300 miles. I'd be interested to see other folks if they had as good an experience with these Nikes, how long they've been able to run with them. So if you'd like to put it down in the comments section, we'd love to hear it. But again, if you're looking to get the most bang for your dollar, you really got to give these shoes a try. Hey, if you liked the video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. We'd love if you would subscribe to the channel. I know we've been lax, but we've already got this Nike one we're doing now. I've got 300 miles on the Hoka Mach 5 or Mach 4 shoe, and so we're going to be doing the review on that one very soon. We've got the Nebraska. We ran the Lincoln, Nebraska Marathon. That one's going to be posted soon as well. We've got Bozeman, Montana coming up. So a lot of races and race videos to share with you. So if you want to know when they come out, again, just subscribe. We appreciate you watching, and keep racing the nation. In this rendition of Stupid Things to Argue About with Your Wife is we had to replace the toilet. And so we were arguing about what we wanted in the toilet. I shouldn't say we were arguing. It was just differences of expectations of what we wanted in the toilet. Dorothy's was something more clean and classy, luxurious, elegant, alluring, nouveau. Me, I was looking for something more functional, beefy, operative, a welcoming, ergonomic, load-bearing toilet. So off we went shopping, and Dorothy was looking for golf balls, I was looking for billiard balls. But as it turns out, we were able to get something that made everyone happy. So we can go ahead and flush this one.